Hello, welcome to Study Circle. Today we are going to read class 10th standard geography chapter 3 water resources. This video is the summary of this whole chapter. If you are preparing for any teaching exam, then this video is going to be very useful for you. So let's start. Water resources. We know that 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water, but only a small proportion of it accounts for fresh water that can be put to use. This fresh water is mainly obtained from surface runoff and groundwater that is continually being renewed and recharged through the hydrological cycle. All water moves within the hydrological cycle, ensuring that water is a renewable resource. You might wonder that if 3/4 of the world is covered with water and water is a renewable resource, then why is it that countries and regions around the globe suffer from water scarcity? Why is it predicted that by 2025, nearly 2 billion people will live in absolute water scarcity? Let's see if picture from your NCERT book is that. In this image, you can see that water everywhere, not a drop to drink. After a heavy downpour, a boy collects drinking water in Kolkata. Life in the city and its adjacent district was paralyzed as it incessant overnight rain, meaning a record 188 mm flooded vast area and disrupted traffic. Now in another image, that a Kashmiri earthquake survivor carries water in the snow in a devastated village. Snow everywhere, but there is still a scarcity of water. In this image, you can see that some women are lined up for water. क्या लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे? एक और इजराइल जैसे 25 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले देश में जल का कोई अभाव नहीं है, तो दूसरी ओर 114 सेंटीमीटर औसत वार्षिक वर्षा वाले हमारे देश में प्रतिवर्ष किसी भाग में सूखा अवश्य पड़ता है. देश में जल की उपलब्धता और उसके स्वरूप के अनुसार समुचित जल प्रबंधन न होने के कारण ही वर्षा का जल नदी नालों में तेजी से बहकर समुद्र में चला जाता है, जिससे वर्षा के बाद लगभग 9 महीने देश के लिए पानी की कमी होती है. यही मूल कारण है देश में जलीय अभाव का, जिसे हम उचित प्रबंधन के द्वारा ही नियंत्रित कर सकते हैं. सो यू कैन सी ऑल द पिक्चर्स ऑफ वाटर स्कार्सिटी इन इंडिया. सो एज इट इज ए summary video, so we will read the summary of this chapter. Let's start. Water is a renewable source. Fresh water is mainly obtained from surface runoff and groundwater that is continually being renewed and rechanged through the hydrological cycle. All the water moves within the hydrological cycle, ensuring that water is a renewable resource. The availability of water resource varies over space and time, mainly due to the variation in seasonal and annual precipitation. Water scarcity and the need of water conservation and management. Water scarcity is the lack of fresh water resources to meet the demands of water uses within a region. What are the main causes of water scarcity? The main causes of water scarcity is that water scarcity in most cases is caused by overexploitation, excessive use and unequal access to water among different social groups. Water scarcity may be outcome of large and growing population and consequent greater demands for water and unequal access to it. To facilitate higher food grains production, water resources are being overexploited to expand irrigated areas for dry season agriculture. Intensive industrialization and urbanization exerted pressure on existing freshwater resources. Even if water is sufficiently available to meet the needs of the people, much of it may be polluted by domesticated and industrial wastage, chemicals, pesticides, and fertilizers used in agriculture, thus causing water scarcity. So, there is a mission, Jal Jeevan Mission, JJM. The goal of JJM is enable to every rural household to get an assured supply of potable piped water at a service level of 55 liters per capita per day regularly on a long-term basis by ensuring the functionality of the tap water connections. Need for water conservation. First is that the sustainable resource management. Conserving water ensures its availability for future generation and sustains ecosystem. Second, mitigating water scarcity. Many regions face water scarcity and conservation helps balance supply and demand. Third, preserving aquatic ecosystem. Conserved water supports healthy habitats for aquatic plants and animals, reducing energy consumption. Water treatment and distribution consume energy, and conserving water lowers energy demand. Agriculture efficiency. Efficient irrigation practices save water and optimize agricultural productivity. Economic benefits: water conservation lowers cost of individual businesses and governments. Addressing climate change, reduced water wastage contributes to climate and change mitigation. Minimizing water pollution, conservation reduces the need for pollutant removal from waste resources. Multi-purpose river projects and integrated water resources. A dam is barrier across flowing water that obstruct direct or retards the flow, often creating a reservoir, lake, or impoundment. Dam that refers to the reservoir rather than the structure. Jawaharlal Nehru proclaimed that temples of modern India. Jawaharlal Nehru proclaimed the dams as the temples of modern India because dams integrated the development of agriculture and the village economy with rapid industrialization and growth of the urban economy. They provide water for irrigation. Dams provide water for electricity generation, provides water supply for domestic and industrial uses. It also helps in flood control and provide recreation, helps in inland navigation and useful for fish breeding. So, Nehru proclaimed the dams as temples of modern India. Hence, dams are now referred to as multipurpose projects where the many uses of the impounded water are integrated with one another. In recent years, multi-purpose projects and large dams have come under great scrutiny and opposition for a variety of reasons. First is that regulating and damming of rivers affect their natural flow, causing poor sediment flow and excessive sedimentation at the bottom of the reservoir, resulting in rockier stream beds and poorer habitats for rivers' aquatic life. Dams also fragment rivers, making it difficult for aquatic fauna to migrate, especially for spawning. The dams have triggered flood due to sedimentation in the reservoir and the release of excess water during heavy rains. Multi-purpose projects induced earthquakes, caused waterborne diseases and pests, and led to pollution resulting from excessive use of water. Irrigation has changed the cropping pattern of many regions with farmers shifting to water intensive and commercial crops. This has great ecological consequences like salinization of soil, etc. The dam increased the social gap between the richer landowners and the landless poor. The dam create interstate water dispute with regard to sharing the cost and benefits of the multi-purpose projects. Most of the objection to the projects arose due to the failure to achieve the purpose of which they are built. Ironically, the dams that were constructed to control floods have triggered floods due to sedimentation in the reservoir. Moreover, the big dams have mostly been unsuccessful in controlling floods at the time of excessive rainfall. The floods have not only devastated life and property but also caused extensive soil erosion. Sedimentation also means that the flood plains were deprived of silt, a natural fertilizer, further adding to the problem of land degradation. It was also observed that the multi-purpose project induced earthquakes, causing a waterborne disease and pest and pollution resulting from excessive use of water. Narmada Bachao Andolan or Save Narmada movement. It is a non-government organization that mobilized tribal people, farmers, environmentalists, and human rights activists against the Sardar Sarovar Dam being built across the Narmada River in Gujarat. It originally focused on environmental issues related to trees that would be submerged under the dam water. Recently, it has refocused the aim to enable poor citizens, especially the ousties, displaced people, to get full rehabilitation facilities from the government. Rainwater harvesting. The need for rainwater harvesting is needed to provide it for agriculture, collected drinking water, irrigate the fields, and to moisten the soil. Rainwater harvesting is a viable alternate both socio-economically and environmentally to multi-purpose projects. So here are two images of rainwater harvesting. Here you can see the recharge through hand pump, and in this image you can see the recharge through abandoned dug well. All these are rainwater harvesting. This is a funny image. So, what are the traditional methods of rainwater harvesting? In hill and mountains region, people built diversion channels like the gulls or cools of the western Himalayas for agriculture. The terms are very important, so remember this. In hilly and mountainous regions, people build diversion channels like the gulls or cools of western Himalayas or agriculture. Rooftop rainwater harvesting was commonly practiced to store drinking water, particularly in Rajasthan. In the flood plains of Bengal, people developed inundation channels to irrigate their fields. In semi-arid and arid region, agricultural fields were converted into rain-fed storage structure that allowed the water to stand and moisten the soil like the khadins in Jaisalmer and Johads in other part of Rajasthan. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. Rainwater is commonly referred to as palar pani in the arid and semi-arid regions of Rajasthan. In the semi-arid and arid regions of Rajasthan, particularly in Bikaner, Pahlodi, and Barmer, almost all the houses traditionally had underground tanks for storing drinking water. The tanks could be as large as a big room. The tanks were part of the well-developed rooftop rainwater harvesting system. They were connected to the sloping roofs of the houses through a pipe. The rain falling on the rooftops would travel down the pipe and would be stored in these underground tanks. The first space of rain was usually not collected as this would clean the roofs and the pipes. The rainwater from the subsequent showers was then collected. Tamil Nadu is the first state in India that has made a rooftop rainwater harvesting structure compulsory for all the houses across the state. Importance of rooftop water harvesting in Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, it was commonly practiced to store drinking water. The rainwater can be stored in tank till the next rainfall, making it an extremely reliable resource of drinking water when all other sources are dried up, particularly in the summers. Rainwater or palar pani is considered the purest form of natural water. Many houses construct underground rooms adjoining the tanks to beat the summer heat as it would keep the room cool. Some houses still maintain the tanks since they do not like the taste of tap water. Bamboo drip irrigation system. It is a 200-year-old system of tapping system and spring water by using bamboo pipes and transporting water from higher to lower regions with the help of gravity. The features of this bamboo drip irrigation system is that 18 to 20 liters of water enter the bamboo pipe system, get transported over hundreds of meters and finally reduces 20 to 80 drops per minute at the site of the plant. The flow of water into the pipe is controlled by manipulating the pipe position. If the pipes pass a road, they are taken high above the land. So, this is the summary of this whole chapter. If you like this video, then please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.